Hello there, everyone. The Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 11 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series. But today we've got kind of a long episode going on. It's kind of a 2-for-1 deal, but we start a couple of different projects, and then we work on getting some builder set up from RFTools for an automated quarry. Let's get into it. I'm reading a book on the history of glue. I just can't put it down. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of the Andrada. Where today, well, we have quite a few tasks that I have lined up. I don't know how about quite a few, I guess. I have a slew of tasks that I have lined up. I see an Enderman somewhere on my map, which means it looks like he's in my house. So I'm trying to find him as I talk. Anyway, so last episode we had gotten ourselves all set up. Oh yeah, look at these guys. Look at them just chilling here. Goodbye. Wow, that was quite loud. Jeez Louise, I am just invaded by Endermen. What are you going to do, huh? What are you going to do about it, buddy? Yeah, get angry. Yeah, what are you going to do? Not a thing. That's what. Okay. Anyway, those guys taken care of. What I would like to do today, we have a couple different tasks ahead of us. My first things first, I need to get this stuff automated, right? I want to start working on getting everything automated in regards to our machines. Ooh, we got lost knowledge. This will be good when we get into RFTools and start making dimlets and everything. But yeah, anyway, I want to start working on getting this stuff automated and set up for us so that way we have power or all of our machines automated and everything. But with that being said, I'm also going to need to start worrying about power. Currently, we have our magmators set up along with our netherite furnace. And this guy's not doing much. He's chilling at 64 RF. He is basically throttled down as low as this guy is going to go. However, this guy is currently burning through 640 RF. So what that means is we kind of have a little bit of flexibility here with our power generation. A little bit, not terribly too much, but we're currently producing about 1,000 to 2,000 RF. If we look at our statistics, we produce on average about 1.9, 1.8 thousand. Which tells me that this guy, max speed, this guy's generating about, because this is 640 RF per tick, and these two are only doing 64. So this guy's doing almost like 1,000 RF just from this netherite furnace, which is actually pretty darn good, to be honest with you. And it may be worth just getting some more of these guys set up and letting this handle our power gen for a little while. But I would like to eventually work my way up into getting into power and getting into power reactors, because from what I understand, power reactors are pretty darn OP in this pack. And they're pretty, we've set them up before. They're pretty easy to set up overall, and they don't require a ton of maintenance or anything. Oops, did not intend to do that. So anyway, we've got that going for us. So it's in our future plans. But what I would like to do now is go ahead and head over to our MDF. I'm going to talk about a few changes I've made in between episodes, which is not really that much. Basically, I just set up a drawer wall over here. I did air quotes because, it is a wall, but it's different than I've ever done. I've usually had this all separated in another area. But yeah, we just have a drawer wall with all of our common metals and stuff. And the reason for this is I plan on getting in a builder set up to get some of these materials. Because yes, we can get them out of here, but it's a pain. So I'd like to get some sort of automation going. And then over here, we just have a wall of stuff. I honestly don't know if this is ever going to get filled up because most of the stuff that we have has EMC on it. But I also don't want to have I want like a backup of the common things that are inside of our AE system until we get to the transmutation interface. And then we can just pull everything out of here. But for now, it's kind of like a buffer. I also don't know if I mentioned in between episodes. Did I do this last episode? I can't remember. I recorded all last episodes in a big batch, so it's been a little while since I've been here. But I made the wireless terminal, which is really super simple. It's just your regular terminal, but you put engineering processor or whatever, and then you get a crafting terminal. You just need the wireless receivers and the dense energy cells, all of stuff that I have the system taught. So wireless, I have that, and I have the dense energy cells taught to the system. So we just had to add stuff in and make it. Other than that, that's really all that I've done over at least in this area. Oh, yeah, did I mention these? No, I don't think I mentioned these. I set these up too. So we have some processors going on here. So I have 16 or 64 Ks for each of these server blades that I have going on here. So we have 64 Ks here, 64 Ks over there. And then up top, I replaced these with 256 Ks. Again, the system, I taught the system how to make all this stuff. So it's really not too complicated. The hardest part is me having to go into my transmutation tablet and just pull the resources out, like the redstone or whatever. And that was basically all I had to do. So it was not fairly difficult at all. And that gives us plenty of room for crafting. And if I need to, we could expand these server blades. I could add another row here before I start running into issues over here, another row, and then I could add another set over here if we ever needed to. But I honestly think that this is going to be, for the most part, going to carry us through. This is going to carry us through to the end game. That's for dang sure. If we look at my crafting terminal, or my pattern access terminal, so far I've only used not even half. We're not even halfway through one column of patterns. This is going to last us absolutely forever. To be honest, it's going to be a pain to have to scroll through all of this stuff, since I named it assembler chandelier. So it's going to be the first thing that pops up. So I'm going to have to scroll past all of this to get to anything else. But hey, is what it is, and we make it work. Anyway, that being said, today I'd like to work on getting ourselves set up with this other wireless connector that I have going on here in our new machine room, which is just another house that we have stolen from this area. And it looks like this was a mining house or a smithy, because we have a whole bunch of smithy type materials and machines and stuff in here. So I figured, what better place to start putting all our machines in a house that is already very machine based. And like I said, my goal is to take over this village and just have all of my machines inside all of these different houses and stuff. And so it looks like a normal village from the outside, but from the inside, we all know the truth of what awaits inside of each building. So anyway, that's the idea behind that. So I cleared out a little area over here. I set up a wireless connector. It's sitting under that block there with cables run over here. I did disable channels. You can probably tell because it says 0 channels instead of 0 out of 8. But yeah, channels, I disabled them. Don't care. We're going to move on. But what I would like to do is get our metallurgic infusers automated, at least these two. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting 2 more, 2 more of these guys, so that way we can get this fully automated. But I want to use XNets along with Applied Energistics to help us manage this whole setup here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and first I'm going to place down some connectors from XNet. I went ahead and pre-crafted these things, but they're not terribly too difficult because we have ender pearls and diamonds available to us. And then this is all just base requisite, super simple materials to get. But what we need to do is put a connector on here for our flux point. And then we're going to grab ourselves a controller before, it's fine actually, because, we have the capabilities of getting flux points very easy. I can just grab a flux point really quick. And the nice thing is when I shove them back into here, it removes NBT data. In order to get this to work, we have to have our controller. We got to jump start it really quick. So we just put it on output really quick to give the controller some power. And then now, because we've done that, we can go ahead and tell the controller to pull power from our flux point. If you've never used XNet before, it is absolutely one of my favorite mods because it allows you to move items and do all kinds of stuff all from one simple block. So we're going to go ahead and tell our flux point. I created a channel here called power. The flux point is where we will extract, and our controller is what we are going to insert into. You do have to kickstart it to give the controller a little bit of power in order for it to be able to do this, but now it is self-sufficient. It will fuel itself, and you won't have to worry about it. So we're pulling power from our flux point into our controller. From there, we need to go ahead and get connectors set up for all of our different machines that we have. So right here, I'm going to have eventually sit an enrichment chamber, metallurgic infuser, metallurgic infuser, metallurgic infuser, and metallurgic infuser going to sit here. On this direction, I do not want anything, or it's this direction and this direction. Okay. So we're going to have a total of 4 entered metallurgic infusers, 1 for coal, 1 for redstone, 1 for diamond, 1 for refined obsidian, which gives us the rest of this room for other mechanism machines that we decide that we want to place down and do things with. Okay, I'll go ahead and set connectors up there now so that everything can be put into place. On top of that, we are also going to need to get applied energistics going on into here. We're going to want to go ahead and get ourselves an interface set up. Now, I'm debating, did I want to make this? I think this will be okay, right? And an interface can have items be put into it to get stored into the network, right? I guess I don't really need to. I want the interface here to store items, specifically all of the different what's some duties that we're going to end up crafting with this. But these things for Mekanism, I can never remain the refined stuff. No, what are they called? The Andronic can't remember. I'm going to need them anyway. So no, not those. Yeah, the enriched. There we go. Enriched carbon, enriched redstone, enriched diamond, and enriched obsidian. I'm going to have those stay on hand inside of the interface. That way we can just keep a stock on hand. Well, I might as well just go ahead and do it now because I have everything queued up here, right? And eventually we'll have all this stuff taught to the system so that we can have it, be super, super simple. But yeah, anyway, okay, cool. So with that, now all we got to do is get cable connected up to there. So we'll go ahead and run some smart cable. And again, I don't have to worry about channels. It's glorious. I love it because I didn't want to worry about channels. So we're going to go ahead and do something like this. Now we have that all set up. And you can see now, because I have channels disabled, the one channel is lighting the entire cable up. And I technically don't have to use smart cable. I could use any kind of cable, but I like the look of the smart cable. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Now for this, eventually we are going to need a crafting upgrade. Crafting card, that's you. And yeah, so we'll need that, but we'll be okay for the time being. Okay, so anyway, an enrichment chamber is eventually going to sit here, but for now, we'll go ahead and get our metallurgic infusers. I don't know which one is which, so we're just going to go ahead and set this here and pray, yep, you are the carbon one, which is the one that I wanted to be first, and then you are the redstone one. And then we're going to go ahead and get on top of these two things, pattern providers. Probably should request 2 of those, and I'm just going to go extended pattern providers for everything that we have because it makes no sense to not. And before we do that, we're going to go ahead and name these. So I'm going to grab my labeler, and you are going to be our carbon infuser. And then you will be our red. You know what? I'm going to do this reverse. Infuser redstone. That way they all end up in the same area in my thing. Okay. So infuser redstone, infuser. Excuse me. Helps if I remember what I'm doing. Carbon. Okay. So you are the carbon infuser. So you can go not there. You're going to go here. Honestly, these could go into the back. I don't know why I'm setting them up on top. They could go into the back and be the bridge there. That would be fine. And then I don't have to worry about it looking so terrible. You are redstone. You are carbon. And then that'll connect that, and then that'll activate that. Cool. And then patterns can go into here, and this can input and output from there. And then this will handle, XNet's going to handle the output of those to fuel the infusion materials. But with that set up, now we can automate and get patterns for both of these machines here. Which is great. However, that is not what my major goal here was. My major goal here was to also bring over, which I completely forgot about, my smelter. I want to get that guy automated too. I really just wanted to get power and stuff over there so that I could get this going. Wow, that was a lot of experience, wasn't it? But then I can get this furnace automated once we get over there, so that way we can, smelt up all of the things. So that is over there. That's Mekanism. I am going to eventually want my crushing factory to be set back up. So I'll go ahead and push this down, sure, to over here at the end. I do need to go into here and say on the power channel, go ahead and insert power to all of these machines so that when we use them, they are ready to go. But that is kind of a secondary task for us. My primary task right now is to get my smelter set up. So we're going to go ahead and replace this blast furnace here, get rid of this coal, and then I should have my cables here. Yes. So we can go ahead and grab some. How do I want to handle this guy? It would be nice to have, I know there is a way to have applied energistics push and pull power. That would be kind of nice. But for the time being, I don't have that. So I guess wishing is pointless. Let's go ahead and do this. And I'd like to get this. I mean, I don't necessarily want this to be at the bottom of the machine, but to make it look as nice as I can in this area to fit the theme, I kind of sort of have to, which means I have to access this through my pattern provider all the time. But I guess that's fine. Or my terminal. But yeah, that's okay. The only other thing we're going to have to get into this is power, but I got to put its augments back into it. And then we can go ahead and set this on top so that way it gets power again. So the furnace has power, and we're going to clear everything out, and the bottom will be input and output. And the top is fuel input. I don't think I really need that, but that's okay. So, and then we'll auto output back inside. So what that means now is I can go ahead and get things that require smelting set up. For example, if I were to grab some iron ore, I don't know why I would need this. You know what? Let's do something that's actually going to be a recipe that we need to put in here. It's very hard to actually think of recipes that I'm going to need smelted up because most things are in my transmutation tablet because I was like, glass. Well, no, glass is in here. Charcoal's in here. So I guess I'm kind of actually going to hold off on automating that until I run into something that I need to have smelted because I don't know. I was thinking the reason I wanted to set this up is I was thinking of going with bigger reactors for our setup here and for power, but I decided I might as well just bump into power and get the reactors from power going because they're much lower maintenance overall. Eventually, though, I am going to have multiple. I need another smelter or another furnace because this is going to be my automated furnace. I'm also planning on having a furnace to automatically smelt ores and stuff. So maybe we should get into that and get that part set up so we can see exactly what all that's going to take. So yeah, we've kind of sort of started 3 different tasks here and I'm not finishing any of them. So yay me. Yeah, it's the ADHD. Okay, cool. So what I would like to do, though, is go ahead and get our builder set up. So let's go ahead and pop down into our mine. And we're going to go to mine level 1, and I can access my AE system. I did put 32 range upgrades in my AE system, so we should be good to go. So what I want to do is go ahead and get a builder quarry set up from RFTools. The RFTools builder is a fantastic piece of kit that it can build things, and it's fantastic at that. I've used it in my Enigmatica 6 series to build me a giant, beautiful pyramid under the ocean made out of illuminating glass. I can't remember what the glass was, but man, that was probably my favorite build that I've ever done. It took me probably about 3 days IRL to get it done in between episode recordings, so I probably won't do it again, but the builder is a fantastic piece of kit. It can quarry areas, it can pump liquids in and out, it can copy and move structures, collect items. It does a lot of stuff for us. But the main purpose that I'm using it for today is a quarry in order for us to get ores and stuff. Because again, we have ores in our transmutation tablet, but we don't have easy access to them right now, which is a pain. So what I would like to do is get a quarry going. So in order to do so, we're going to want to get ourselves a shape card. The shape card is going to be what allows us to do everything that we need to do with this. And specifically, we are grabbing a shape card of quarry. Now, there are different types of quarry shape cards. If we go ahead and look at shape card, we have all of these ones with a pickaxe. So you have the quarry, which is the one I'm using currently, which is going to replace areas with dirt. That's the important thing to note with this, is it will replace areas with dirt. There is a clearing quarry, which will get rid of everything in the area. There is a clearing fortune quarry, a clearing silk quarry, and then fortune and silk by themselves. I ideally would like to get, ideally I would like to get the silk quarry, but in order to do that, I'm going to need a nether star, which we don't have. So I'm thinking I might go and work on getting ourselves this fortune quarry, because all we have to do is get a gas tier. You know what? Let me think about it. And by think about it, I mean, let me fly off into the nether here and see if we can't run across a gas that I can just take out really quick. Blaze lantern. Oh, these spawn blazes. Unaware. That's kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, I just like a gas. Shouldn't be terribly too difficult. I can find some soul sands, which should be... No, I had some soul sand because I've gotten some soul sand. Yeah, it was up north. I got soul sand from our, or for our system a while ago. There's a fortress. Is that the fortress I've been to? It's a very small fortress, it seems. Not somewhere I need to be at the moment. I wish I had a jetpack or something that made us fly a little bit faster. That would be kind of convenient. There we go. And hopefully some ghasts will start spawning over in this area. Because, right, that's correct. Gas generally spawned over by... Yeah, see? I knew it. Thank you. You give me a tier? No. Okay. Well, you didn't give me what I wanted, but you did spawn. I'll be back. And there we go. 1 gas tier acquired. I do realize that getting home is kind of a pain nowadays. I need to get some sort of teleporting set up a little bit better. I mean, not that this is complicated to do or anything, but yeah, let's grab just a stack of those so that we have them available in our AE system. And now I can go ahead and get myself my quarry card. Now, in order to make it fortune, I need the quarry. Yeah, okay. So we're going to grab our quarry card. Then we'll grab our fortune quarry. So now we just get fortune on everything. So, you know, we get a ton more stuff. And yeah, the last step that we need is to go and get this set up. Pretty simple. I am going to want an ender chest for this. Now, the ender chest that I would like, I don't know. I did grab, let's grab some obsidian. I did find some crying obsidian out in the world, by the way. Obsidian, I'm going to want some, not change my DPI, thank you. I'm going to want some blaze rods. What else do I need for this? Everything else should be in the system. Wool is not in the system. Let's go ahead and grab some wool. Should have just regular white wool. And I can grab an ender chest. Now, the question is, do I want this ender chest to be a specific color for our quarry? Probably a good idea. So let's go ahead and grab, do I have brown dye available to me? Or like cocoa? I know I have cocoa in here, right? Yeah, so I can grab brown dye. Learn that really quick. And then grab that really quick. Shove that. So I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it's like dirt, right? So brown dye, dirt, I guess. I don't know. That's my philosophy here. But let's go ahead and get this set up. So if we pop down into our mine, we're going to go down to mine level Y1, and we're going to have our builder mine everything this direction down, essentially, is what my goal here is. Because it's dangerous for us to be down there, but a builder, it can hang out down there all it wants. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a magmatic dynamo for this, and we're going to use our lava power to be able to power this. So we have this with its upgrades, which means we're going to be able to generate 640 RF per tick, which will make this builder run fairly decent. It can be very power heavy, so it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, but it will produce a decent amount of power. So we'll take it. I'm not going to complain. There we go. So we have power in here. Then the only other thing that we need to do is get a chest set up on top of this. We're going to want to program our chest. And then that is basically our builder setup outside of our quarry card. Okay. So our quarry card, if we take a look at our quarry card, we can go ahead and actually access this. I think shift right click, and we can kind of see exactly what it is that we're going to be able to get out of this. So you have your dimensional X, Y, Z values. You have your offsets here, and you can adjust those and change how exactly you are going to mine. If we go ahead and insert this into here and we say support mode or preview mode, we're going to see this is the range of how it is going to currently mine. It is based on the center of the builder. So it is currently going to mine out 5 by 5 by 5 from the center of the builder itself. So what we want to do is offset that, right? We don't want it to mine. I keep doing that. We don't want it to mine right in front of it. We want it to offset slightly. So let's go ahead and push it. That's the Y value, Z value. Let's see what happens if I adjust to an offset of 5. And then preview. That should have pushed it like 5 blocks away from me. It looks like it did push 5 blocks this way. Yeah, because that's my X value, right? This is my Z. So it pushed it 5 blocks that way, which is perfectly fine. That's kind of where I want it to be anyway. Now, the other thing that I want to do is 5 blocks that way. I want to go ahead and allow this to be quite large. I want its dimensions to be in the Z. You know what I probably should do? Instead of trying to figure this out manually, I could just go down and like dig a giant hole. I mean, I have a giant hole, and then tell it to mine. You can also shift right click on your quarry card to set XY coordinates of where you want it to mine, and then how far down you want it to be and all that stuff. Maybe that would be prudent instead of me trying to manually figure this out, because I'm not 100% sure on this. And I don't want to end up voiding my base. Yeah. Anyway, so the offset, I'm going to go ahead and say that I want the box to be a 32 by 32 by 32, but I want it to drop down by 32 so that it drops down here. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to see, was it drop down below the builder. And it's going to go ahead and mine up a 32 by 32 area here automatically and replace everything with dirt. So maybe we go 64. Wait, this one I still wanted to be 5. 64. 64. And then minus 64. Probably turn the preview back on. I mean, I wanted to mine a very large area. Okay. Do I want it to be solid? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're just going to pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. Let's just see what happens. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's mining up. Okay. Not enough power. Okay, cool. So it did stuff. It mined. I don't know where it's mining. It's a little concerning to me, but it is mining stuff. Now, what I would like to do is probably go ahead and get myself a energy condenser. Get out of here. I should have the Mark II and probably teach this and have everything get shoved. Maybe I should have everything shoved into the energy condenser, but maybe find a way to filter that so the ores go. Maybe we put a backpack here. Have a backpack or like a functional storage drawer. I have ores go to the ender chest, which will then get automatically smelted, but everything else can get pushed into the I think I like that idea. It's currently mining at Y level 36, by the way, out of 5 chunks. Okay. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to switch gears. We're going to grab a sophisticated storage chest or barrel. Sure, we can grab a diamond barrel. But what I want with this is a sophisticated. We want a filter upgrade that is advanced. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. So we need upgrade base. Yeah, I mean, seems more expensive because it uses redstone, but it's what I have available in my inventory right now. And then an advanced filter upgrade. We're also probably going to want a hopper upgrade, though. No, because I'm going to need stuff to pull from 2 different. I need stuff to go into the ender chest, and I need stuff to go into the energy condenser. So, oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, we have like 1.7 billion RF, so I'm not super duper worried about power going on there. So we're going to have that there. We'll have this sit here, and then we will have this barrel go ahead and sit here. Now, my thought process on this, I don't know how this is going to work. So what I'm envisioning is being able to pull out of here everything that is not an ore goes into this condenser. Everything that is an ore goes into this ender chest, which can then be turned into whatever I need to be. And then anything that does not fit either of those, that can't go into either, would just sit in the system. But I'm trying to think, this filter upgrade is going to allow me to filter what is allowed to be output. But that's going to halt both. It's not going to allow me to filter just over to here or just over to here. It's going to stop filtering either way. So I kind of can't use this. I'd have to have another one set with a filter, and then another one set with a filter, and then filter the outputs on those, and then have, okay, we could do that. Let's grab drawers, or not a drawer. Let's grab a barrel. We'll go ahead and put a barrel here. We can put a barrel here, and we'll use mechanisms, not mechanical pipes. I need some pipes. Did I teach the system how to make these? No. I don't need mechanical pipes. I need logistical transporters. Tell me I have the capability of crafting these. I do. Okay, cool. I haven't automated any of that stuff yet, so it's good that I can. So we're going to set this up like this, and then we will filter. We will allow extract from this. So what's going to happen is items are going to extract from here into these guys. And then it's these guys that I'm going to want the filters on. And I'm going to say, okay, you're only allowed to insert certain things. So sophisticated filter. We're going to want another one of these. So a filter upgrade, and then we'll go advanced. And the reason we're going advanced is because we can tag filter. Which is what we want. So we're going to want to say, okay, in here, your input is going to be filtered. You are going to allow ores. So I want match tags. So I want to grab some sort of ore, raw iron. So if I go ahead and put this in here, we should be able to see forge raw materials or forge raw materials iron. I want forge raw materials to come into here. And then over here, the only thing I'm concerned about, diamonds wouldn't have gems on it, right? I just want anything that has EMC. Is there a tag for anything like your input will be allow? Just curious on this. What are your tags? Forge gems. I was wondering if there was like a forge EMC or something like that. But no, we want to disallow forge raw materials. So we're going to block forge raw materials. Okay. So in theory, if I turn this on, raw materials should be coming, or non-raw materials should be coming over here, whereas ores are coming over here, exactly as I wanted. Okay. Yeah. I like it. And then anything with EMC will then get hoppered. We'll grab a sophisticated hopper upgrade. You still doing things? Yeah, those pipes are still pulling things. This is going to run quite fast until all of its power buffers are gone, and then it'll slow itself down significantly. We'll go ahead and grab 2 more of these. So that's an upgrade base. I'm going to want another upgrade base. And then we'll grab a hopper upgrade for both of these. Okay, hopper upgrade. And then do I need to make these advanced? Faster. I like faster. Faster is always good. We'll grab 2 droppers or a stack of droppers. Anything that I end up needing, I've just been grabbing stacks of just to have. That way I don't have to worry about it. And advanced hopper upgrades. So now what should happen is I should be able to put these into here, and we can hopper down. So it's going to hopper into here. Perfect. Anything that has EMC will get hoppered into this area, which then can be converted into EMC for our EMC farm. Anything that doesn't have EMC won't end up in here, so it'll just kind of get stuck. Over here, we will also put the hopper. So anything that can be smelted will come over here. We got some landfall going on. We got an earthquake happening. Now, this is raw materials. I wish I was going to say, I wish there was a way to set it up to be like smeltable materials. Anything that could be smelted would go in this, but I think that will be okay because I want raw materials because these can technically be smelted and we don't want that. And then for this, we'll just go ahead and grab out a red matter, I guess, and then we can go ahead and pop this in here. So then we'll start converting over to red matter. And then if I really wanted to, we could set up an EMC link here and then have it just dump into an EMC link. But ideally, we'd have that go back to our main base. That way we don't end up with too many EMC links because there is an issue of too many EMC links acting up and causing problems with your stuff. So we'll go ahead and do this. I do want to F3G. Did I build this? My lever is on a chunk. I built it on a chunk border, which is absolutely fantastic. It's always something I forget to look at. But if I come in here, might as well just load that chunk too, whatever. And then we got 2. Okay, so F3G. And we can go ahead and kick it on. And so now anything that can be smelted will come over into this side. Anything that is EMCable will go into this side. And so now we don't end up with a bunch of excess stuff just sitting in here. Now our only bottleneck is going to be our advanced logistical transporters. But again, it will slow down once this runs out of power. It won't be able to keep up at all. It's going to go ahead and get much, much slower overall. So we can go ahead and dump this stuff in there and help it out. And like this dry ice is just going to sit there because it has nowhere else to go. Fluorite. Now, if it goes into the condenser, do I learn it? That's the only question I don't know. Because I would like to learn everything that I don't have, but I don't think that's an option. TBH. But anyway, so we're getting a bunch of stuff over here. So let's go ahead and back over to our machine room. And if I come into here, I can just go ahead and say, hey, I want this stuff to auto smelt, which will end up happening over here. So in between episodes, I'm going to work on getting myself another netherite furnace set up or 2. And then we'll just have everything get dumped into those and then smelted and then dumped into our applied energistic system. I can have it all run over to that interface if I wanted to. But yeah, okay, cool. So we got a builder going on, which is going to increase our EMC generation, which is always great. Wow, this snow is going to be terrible for the outro. Let me just pop inside then. Was going to do it outside, but that's not going to work. Encoding is going to be terrible. Anyway, so yeah, we have EMC now coming even faster from our builder, so that's great. We'll have automated ore processing taken care of. It's not going to be doubling or tripling or anything like that. It's just going to be smelting. I could throw it into a pulverizer, I guess, if I wanted to double all that stuff up or at least get extra outputs. We'll see. But yeah, outside of that, I think we're doing pretty good. Ignore the fact that the lava there is empty because it's not. It's just when I transfer between dimensions, my ender tanks don't show their liquids anymore, which has been really weird. And it doesn't work again until I either reload the world or I break and replace it, which I don't feel like doing. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.